Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in here. Thank you for coming in. As you all take your seats, we got some very special guests hanging out here tonight. Please share this out, hit the like, and yeah, we'll be right with you. Get your drinks, get your probably nothings. See Cletus in here. Huh? Fuzzy Puff. Jay, what's up, dude? Kathy, Laura, pull it in here. I like to see it. Let's go. All right, we're going.
Let's rock.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here for a Publicly Buzzed Feral Friday, and we've got some very special guests here. Let me get them over here real quick. Boom! Ladies and gentlemen, the investigators. Jessica Knoll, Todd McComas, and my brother Dan coming in also. What is going on, everybody?
What's up, guys? Thanks for having us.
Dude,
thank you for being here.
What's on here? What the fuck is happening? You guys are professionals hanging out right now with Publicly Buzzed. What's happening?
10:30 at night on a Friday. Let's go.
I love it. Thank y'all so much. Yeah, everybody in the chat right now, thank you so much for coming through here. I see this thing is filling up early. Yeah, naming out some folks as I was going through the intro there. Jay, dude, thank you so much for coming through here. Like he said right there, as you come through, please hit the like. That helps us out on YouTube. Share this out to your communities. Let people know that you're watching it. Share that on Twitter, X, on Facebook. And yeah, and if you're subbed up, first of all, if you're subbed up, make sure all notifications are turned on. YouTube is horrible at letting you know when we go live, so make sure that's happening. But yeah, we are going to settle in here and hang out with the investigators, man. Yeah, thank you guys so much for joining us. Again, yeah, I know we just started off with that, but I'm again blown away that you guys, and again, Jessica, for reaching out and wanting to come on here. What the fuck? That's amazing. Again, you guys are actually fucking professional human beings on planet Earth.
Well, the amateurs here.
You might be surprised.
Yeah.
It's all a facade, you know?
I don't know about
see
that.
me right now. I'm not even wearing pants right now, to be honest.
That's the best way to be.
Hoodie.
That's how Bob rolls too. Apparently, on when he does even like court TV and stuff, no pants. He's got the suit on, or the shirt and tie, the suit jacket, but no pants.
I don't know if Chris Dewitt is in the chat. Also, another friend of the show. I seen a picture of him. He was on Dr. Phil, and he did a side view, dude. Fucking, nice ass shirt. He might even had a tie on. I don't know if he had the tie on or not. But then the side view, dude, just in his boxers, hanging out with Dr. Phil. We're in the future, baby.
It's the world we live in. Yeah, everything's remote.
Here's my pants and my shoes.
She's like, listen, all right, I'm not a part of that club.
Got the Halloween attire on though.
I do.
Oh man, yeah. Everybody coming through here. I see some drinks already hanging out there as well. There he is. Speak of the devil, Bob. What's going on, brother? Thank you very much for coming in here also.
Speak of the devil and he shall appear.
Oh my God, yeah, the chat's
No pants Bob, we call him. No pants in court, Bob. There's Dana Paul. Hey,
oh, big name.
The investigators team.
Mm-hmm.
What is going on? Shit, I should have worn. I don't even fucking have it with me. My Coors hat, dude. I have a Coors Light hat, man. A classic one, dude. Hell yeah.
You haven't worn your beer hats in a while. You lost the Miller one.
I lost my Miller Highlight hat.
The Coors one, it's been absent for a while. You've been wearing the J hat, which is still cool.
I've got the captain's hat.
Oh, hey, Cap. Call you Cappy.
I remember an era, my dad's era, when all my dad and all his friends and my uncles were like 40. They only wore beer hats. There's no other option. All hats were beer hats for dudes. They even had. Remember? Do you guys remember the old? I don't know if you're old enough, but the crocheted fucking like rain hat, and it had this part of the beer can cut out and put in. It was like intermixed into the crocheted hat. It was
awesome.
I've never seen one of those. Wow,
like
fashion
statement. It's got to be available on the internet. I gotta find one.
I'm googling that right now.
Dude, if you get that, Dan, send that my way and I'll pop it over here. Yeah, everybody hanging out. Thank you. Oh, what the hell? I see.
Whoa, dude, this is crazy. All right, I found one.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, okay. Let me get on Facebook over here.
I think so. A Budweiser one.
Camera two, share screen.
Here we go. I'm gonna send it to Stevie and he can put it up.
Cool. I'm looking over here on the side. I've never heard of that. That sounds like an absolute fashion statement.
Never heard of that either. So this is an old school thing?
Hey, Dan, now you have your costume. You have your costume, Dan. You just put the hat on.
Oh, dude.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, you could be my dad.
Is that all it takes?
You could be his dad. I'm Todd's dad.
I'm Todd McComas' dad. What's up, everybody? Look at my Stroh's crocheted hat.
Perfect.
And it's still, you don't have to do a lot. You're already like, man, I'm just kind of showing up to the Halloween party. You just got to put a fucking hat on. Like,
and I would let you in on that.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
That's awesome. Are you sending that on Facebook?
Yeah, I sent it on Facebook. Yeah.
Oh shit! Hold up, my stuff.
I think my wife has done like some knitting and stuff. I wonder if she could make one.
I bet she can.
I didn't get that, Dan.
You didn't get it? Yeah,
I do. I see it on my phone, but not on my computer. That's really weird.
That is odd.
Hold on, let me go back in here. And I see it on my freaking phone, and it's amazing. I don't know if you guys can see that.
It might be the greatest hat in the history of hats.
It's crazy. Yeah, you're gonna have to put that full screen.
What is up, though? Yeah, I'm like on Facebook on the computer, but it isn't coming through. Weird.
There's always shit like that going on.
It's probably I'm pulling a little bit too much.
It was like they were like, you know what? We need the crocheted hat.
Well, Stevie, just Google beer. Sorry to interrupt, Todd. Just Google crochet beer hat. That's all I did.
That's all you got to do. And I think it was what happened was they were like, hey, obviously we have a need for more crocheted hats. We don't have enough crocheted hats, and we can't screen print on crocheted hats, so we're gonna have to actually cut half the beer can out and just glue it in.
The aluminum right in.
Yeah,
I don't see the one that you sent, Dan, but I found another. It's not even a beer hat.
I see a Pabst Blue Ribbon one. I see a Budweiser.
And you Google crocheted beer hat.
Just crochet beer hat. Yeah.
My dad's was Stroh's.
I feel like it would be more useful if it was like a pocket.
I'm still gonna show
and then you could sit a full beer in it. So you could just walk around and it's a pocket.
Yeah,
beer hat. And then you could do oh, that's Pepsi. That's not. Oh, here we go.
Oh, it's like a bucket hat.
I found a bunch of different shit.
Dude, this is wild.
These are wild, dude.
Look at this Coors one.
Oh, that's dope.
Oh, that one.
Dude, that's seen this in my life, bro.
People used to wear these around.
Oh yeah.
What time frame are we talking about? The 80s?
Shit, probably early 80s. I mean, I was a kid, and I remember thinking, look how cool.
Look at the cowboy hat one, dude. Scroll up a little bit. That Coors cowboy hat. Oh my god, dude. Are you kidding?
Oh shit, I was missing that one. Damn.
It's like a top hat.
Damn.
That's the best one.
That one's slick, bro. Oh man.
I mean, these are the greatest things in the world.
Got a slash hat, a Bud Light slash version.
Can we buy one?
All
right, you just blew my mind, bro.
You can go on Etsy and
never
find
seen
anything.
this in my life. That's true. Yeah.
That's insanity. Holy shit.
Right? I mean, guys, people they're always like, the world's such a better place today. In many regards, yes, but in some regards, obviously not.
Not in the hat world.
How did we lose that hat in history?
I mean, I will uniformly disagree with that statement anyway.
Oh my god, they got the Christmas. Dude. Wow. I want to know who was making them and how do I order one? Like, who is out there right now? Because I would buy something.
I'm investigating. Hold on.
Anybody in chat knit? Is anybody good at knitting in chat?
It's like a band hat. It's like a band hat.
Etsy.
Okay, yeah. So Etsy's got them.
Shit. Okay.
What are they going for?
Oh, we got $29.95.
That's not bad.
Old style's going for $29. Oh, there's a
giving them away.
One.
Shit.
A Yeti one that's $101. That one's pretty. Wait. There we go.
Whoa, that one's insane. Okay.
I thought you meant Yeti like the cooler. I was like, what?
No, but they do have a pretty cool Miller's Light bucket one that's $29. So you can. I'm really bad with my camera there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
Oh,
What
Stevie
up,
definitely
Bob?
needs a Coors one.
Wow, that just blew my mind, bro. Hold on. Ali
We
Mata just came through here
need
with
crocheted beer hats.
Dude, that is what we need for next. I don't know if we can get them that quick,
Yeah,
I don't know what that's see.
but
I
man,
don't know.
you know what? That seems more like a festive, like, and I'm talking festive, like Christmassy type of vibe, right? Like
Next time we do like
that's a holiday. That's a
You could
special.
get those. You could get those little string lights, the battery operated ones, and like jazz it up.
Yes.
The ones they make for the beard, but put them up in your hat.
Right. But
Oh
these
my
were
God.
commonplace back then. There was no special occasion. My
can't
dad wore
believe
his to
this.
church. He's just walking in like, look at the new hat.
Oh my god.
It's actually blowing my mind because I can't believe I've never heard of it or seen it in like where has it been in media? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, how have I missed
never
this
seen
completely, dude? Like,
Here's what really pisses me off. How many movies have we seen that were great period pieces set in the
Exactly.
early 80s and we never saw a single character in any of those movies wearing one of those hats?
they fucked up
Exactly.
bad, dude.
Who's doing the fucking research?
Ali
Stranger
Mata,
Things. These should have been everywhere.
thank you very much. $4.99 coming through here. Love Publicly Buzzed, and you are each all amazing. Thanks for everything you do for Defense Stars. No, thank you. You guys are amazing, Ali.
Yeah, Allie was just on Jay
Yeah.
here earlier tonight and
Ali was
killing it.
kicking ass on there.
Dude,
Yeah.
last night, I'm just going to plug this real quick. Ali and Bob were live talking Delphi on their channel. They're about to take this whole motherfucking thing over, dude.
They
Like,
are, man.
Their vibe is crazy, bro. Like, it's crazy. She's like reeling him in real time, and he's like trying to put up a fight, and he's like a fish in water, dude. And she's just like, no, listen, motherfucker. Like, it was awesome, dude. It was dope.
Dude,
as
they
shit.
have their little tiffs, and it's so entertaining, man. I love it.
Dude.
You get really good information because they are lawyers. They know what they're talking about, and also they get in these little tiffs where they argue with each other a little bit, and they're simple little arguments. You know, it's like a married couple that's been married for however long, probably 20 years or however long they've been married, and it's so entertaining, man. It's that little splash of drama in there. Really keeps you.
She stuck her head in last night. He's live. He's just rolling, bro. He's just fucking in it. She sticks their head in, like, you know, because people are just loading them up with money, asking questions that they want answered. She's like, can you please answer some of these fucking questions people are paying for?
Dude, it was amazing.
Dude, it was the best.
One question. Am I as delayed in your guys' fucking screens and ears as I am on my own?
No, you look perfect.
Great. Perfect.
Okay, yeah, weird.
I'm just going to stop looking at myself because it's like I'm in a time machine.
That happened to another guest of ours before. You're only the second person that's happened to.
That
I
happened
don't
to
know
Lisa.
what causes that. It's really weird.
Shit.
Yeah.
Second person.
Yeah,
And yeah, you look perfect to us. That's crazy.
Good.
it's so weird.
Good.
And one
So
thing
here's a funny story about married couples and arguing. I don't know if it's really funny, but when Todd and I were at CrimeCon, everyone kept asking where my husband was. And I'm like, well, he's at home, but Todd's over here. Like, everyone thinks that he and I are married. And I'm like, why? Because we bicker? I'm not sure where this is coming from. So I was like, I need a shirt. Because at one point, I actually yelled at a woman in a joking way. I was like, he's not my husband. Because it was like the sixth time someone had asked where my husband Todd was.
Yeah.
And
That
then
There was a good work husband joke there.
I was
Maybe-
literally-
maybe you could make a shirt out of that. Yeah.
like that actually goes. Sorry,
Yeah,
Todd, go ahead.
I would say she is like a work wife. We'll argue like that. But I learned my lesson a while back about not doing. No offense to Bob and Allie, you guys are you're gonna make it. But I learned my own lesson. Todd McComas cannot do podcasts with fiancés or wives or live-in girlfriends anymore.
So you have
because I
experience
had
with that.
one. Oh, that was taken off, dude. It was taken off. And then the relationship went the other direction.
Oh,
It was like,
shit.
podcast going this way, fiance relationship going this way.
Yeah.
And we had to stop doing it. And dude, when you have a podcast that a lot of people like that, and it's a relationship podcast, people come after you. They pick sides and they start throwing hate, and then you're like, it was just a fucking show. Like, it's okay.
That sucks.
Wow.
Yeah, you got to keep that separate for sure.
Dude, that drama though, that's gonna keep people coming back and listening. Maybe you should have kept that rolling if you could have.
Probably.
But then it gets real, right? Then you're like bringing it outside of the show. It's at the dinner table all of a sudden. But that actually leads perfectly into my first question for both of you guys. How long have you guys known each other before you got together? Because your chemistry on the show is fucking fire, man. Like, it seems like you guys have known each other forever.
Well, have you ever listened to Undetermined?
Undetermined. Is that another podcast?
Yeah, it's a long form 10-episode series. Anyway, that's where we met.
Okay.
We've actually it's been 2.5 years since we met. But like the moment we hit the ground in New Orleans for that case, we've had this chemistry. It's remarkable. It's very rare, and we just kind of got each other. And so it's been like brother and sister ever since. That's why when people are like, "Oh, is your husband?" I'm like, "No, it's like my brother." Like, we razz each other all the time, but no, like we haven't known each other. I feel like we've known each other for 10 years, but
because
it was kind of immediate.
Well, the nature of our jobs since day one we met is literally we at least talk on the phone, 6 days a week, and usually for several hours a day. We worked at Resonate Recordings together on those Tenderfoot TV shows. It was just like, just put your phone on speaker, let's cram out some freaking research, for the next few hours. And it's been like it ever since. That's how the investigators happen. We're like, oh, we should start doing this for ourselves.
Yeah, you guys are.
Isn't that amazing? It's so special. You meet somebody and it just clicks just like that. That's like it's a rare thing. So you're lucky that you guys have found each other. That's amazing.
Yeah, finding chemistry like that.
I did some background on Todd before I met him, though.
Uh-oh.
Well, because
Googling.
Yeah, I did my Google background check on him.
I take a lot of pride in the fact that if you Google Todd McComas, I do come up to the top of the list.
He does.
And I only say that because I think there's only 3 of us in history. But there was another Todd McComas that for years dominated me because he played AAA baseball. And whenever you Google Todd McComas, the motherfucker took all the good fucking emails,
the Twitter account.
Yeah, I had to add other words in my name for everything.
I need an underscore.
Christ, dude. And finally, he retired from baseball and just decided to take it easy for a while, and I passed him. So
that's awesome, dude. That's an accomplishment right there. Actually, like, as you do, you come up
Todd,
first.
You have a very interesting career. When I was doing I knew about you guys a little bit because when I first heard about you was from Jay, right? You guys were on Jay's channel. And then I did a little bit of research and found out that you were a comedian, you were a detective, and I'm most interested in the comedian side of things. Like, I don't know, like how because I would love to see your stand up, but I couldn't find anything.
That's what people say after my shows. The comedy landscape has changed so quickly that now, like, when I'll get done doing a show, I'll be headlining it, and I don't tour like I used to because we have so much going on. I've kind of pulled back. But when I was going to improvs and funny bones and like big clubs, and I would headline and people would like it, and afterward these young people would be like, I almost didn't come tonight. And I'm like, well, yeah, why? And they're like, well, I saw you on the calendar, and then I got on TikTok, and you have like 3 videos, and they're all lame. And so I was like, well, this guy's not funny. And I'm like, oh, boy, the world has really changed. But you got to do it nowadays.
So do you still do stand-up at all, or no?
I do. I try to do it once a month, at least once every 2 months. I'll come back to it
that's really cool.
Heavier. Yeah. It's just we're so busy. Like, I can't write I have no time to write new shit. So I'm kind of like, as a comedian, the worst thing you can do is play the hits too long because we're the opposite of musicians. When musicians go, people are like, they get pissed if you play anything but the hits. But in comedy, they're like, "Where's the new shit?" And I just don't have time to write it.
I feel like pretty soon his show's gonna be all about his work wife and how much she nags him and schedules.
There you go. There's some material.
I'm like, I'm just gonna show up one of his shows and sit in the back and just wait.
It'd be really funny if you showed up and like
I'll
heckled him.
heckle him. Yeah. Boo!
He can't. It would be even funnier because the bright lights have got him, and he can't really see you. And he's like, "God, there's a bitch out there. Who the fuck? Oh, God.
Oh my God! Is she wearing a crocheted beer hat? What the hell?
My buddy called me last night, and he was coming back from a gig. He's a comedian, and he was asking me like, "Well, hey, what's up now?" And I'm giving him the updates what Jessica and I have going on, and he was like, "Damn it, dude!" He goes, "I swear to God, like, he's like, do you ever exploit all the crazy fucking jobs you've had?" And I was like, what are you talking about? And he starts reading them off, and he's reading them off, and I was like, dude, I have had some crazy fucking jobs. Like,
got quite the resume, yeah.
I go, after being a cop, while being 7 years while being a cop, I was stand-up comedian, and then when I retired, since then, these are the jobs I've had. I had my own Sirius XM show for 2 months. I got absorbed into a much bigger Sirius XM show and podcast, the Pat McAfee Show. I worked for Barstool Sports out of New York as a content creator. I toured with the cast of Tiger King on a live tour.
Oh, whoa.
That was called it was like Behind the Cage, or I forget what it was called, something like that, where I was the moderator on stage, and you got to talk to John Ranke and the what's his name? The guy's arm bit off. A brain fart. I should do this.
I can't. I
know who you're talking about too, but it's been so long since I was.
Saf. And,
okay,
yeah. So, and then I for a year I commentated for the American Cornhole League, Pro Cornhole, as like a guest commentator.
That one's out of left field.
Right?
Like, where does that come from?
I've just had some crazy jobs. Like going on, shit. It just I don't know. It just blows in the wind, man, and it sticks to me. And I'm like, I'll try that.
That's cool. That's cool.
What is a swinger gig? What are they talking?
What do you think? So are you getting? Oh, is that a story?
Yeah, that's the other night. I had one of the gigs I took recently to knock some rust off. Was at a swingers club here in Indianapolis.
Nice.
And I went in there with the plan. I was like, let me dig in all my sex material, the stuff I haven't used in a long time. Let's go in there. That's going to work in a swingers club. And I get up there with my plan, and within 30 seconds, a woman in the front row derails my entire act by telling me that she has a lopsided butthole. And I'm like, what's a lopsided butthole? So then I just freaking decided to do 30 minutes on buttholes. I'm like, well, this is the theme of the night. Like 15 minutes of it was about her butthole, because a lopsided butthole. Evidently, it's off center and canted, like, so in the middle of where one of our cheeks would be is her butthole. So, and I was like, dude, I didn't know it was a thing, but now, like, I see a hole in the market there for we should make toilets for lopsided butthole people, because
my God,
right now, they're for people with
like an attachment, like an offset attachment that you just put on your regular
like the
toilet.
pads here for then the
Does that mean like
here.
Does that mean like a squatty potty would actually be like to the side, like the squatty potty thing that you put your feet up on?
Dude, yeah, you're like, you're always just sort of like, that's crazy.
Yeah, we don't think about it because our buttholes are perfectly centered, but we drop down.
Person.
Are they though? I don't know. I mean, how do you know?
Actually, to be honest, that would be a terrible business plan, because that's got to be like 0.001% of people in the world, right?
Maybe, but all you need is 100,000 of them, and then you got yourselves an army. You got yourself a lopsided butthole army.
Sell them for $20 and you're rich.
Imagine if your show right now had 100,000 people that were just had this kinship because of their buttholes were off center, and you could rule the world.
Be ridiculed daily.
Oh yeah.
I'm telling you like it is, baby.
That's amazing.
Oh,
holy shit, dude. Yeah, that's
unbelievable.
I gotta ask Todd, was she like proud of it to like tell you about it? I mean, I don't know if she showed you, but you did 15 minutes on it, so I'm guessing there was a little bit of show and tell. But like, was she ashamed? Was she proud? Was she like bending over?
She was a longtime member, and she's very popular at that club.
They knew her.
And
that's a lopsided butthole.
Yo, she's proud. You know how many regular buttholes they have to see in that place on a given week? Like, finally.
We call her Loppy B
butthole.
around here.
Oh God. Oh wow.
Jesus
Pookie,
Christ.
my butthole is glorious. Last time it was critiqued. Okay, good to know.
For
Chad is-
everybody at home, if you want to know if your butthole's perfectly centered, you do the same thing you do when you're trying to find the middle of a stud on a wall. Just draw an X. And if the intersection of that X lands right on your butthole, it's perfectly centered.
Oh, that's a good question, Jay. How does the bidet situation work with a lopsided butthole? You got to do the side?
It's
Straddle.
the same.
You just-
Yeah,
you
it's the
gotta
same
hang it
as
out.
using the
Can you
toilet. You gotta.
manipulate?
It
Can
comes
you,
out from the side
change
of the wall.
Yeah.
It just shoots out from the side. You're like, "Oh."
When you buy one of those bidet
Side
attachments,
sphincter.
I wonder if they have they're adjustable. You know, you can kind of angle them the way you want to. I
Or
might-
like the hose in your kitchen sink where you can pull it out
Oh
and
my
control
God.
it. You just see the button, it's like,
that's even better. Yeah.
yeah.
Wow, dude. That's hilarious.
You might have to just go with one of the old timey bidets, like the classic ones that are. It's like its own sink that you got to squat over.
Yeah.
That,
Are we
that
all
way
bidet
you're
fans?
covered.
Jay
I
is a
do like bidets.
huge bidet guy.
I can go. Like I don't have bidets in my house. I don't
no
have
bidet,
the
no
attachments,
Jay.
But
That's what he says.
Jessica, are you a
Yeah,
bidet
Jay
fan?
likes. I've actually never experienced one, but I wouldn't be opposed to it. I'm no.
gotta say they're
Everyone
great.
likes to be clean.
Where did you
I
have
was
one?
violently opposed until
Me?
I went.
Either, like, yeah, Dan. Did you have it in another country?
oh yeah, when I went to Japan, they got bidets everywhere. Every toilet's got a fucking bidet on it. Every single one.
It's the law there.
If you go to a gas station and use the bathroom, they got heated seats and a bidet. Like
Nice.
it's unbelievable, dude.
Damn,
See,
we're living in
the
a
That's the
Japanese-
standard toilet there.
The Japanese, they do things right. Like they know what's important in life. Like they treat that bathroom like it's a sanctuary because
do, man.
those are your most intimate moments you have with yourself. Like your time alone in a bathroom is so. Now, also, I don't know if you watch a lot of clip shows, but you also got to be careful in a Japanese bathroom because they might have a platform that launches you like a rocket while you're in the bathroom. There's a lot
That's
of
true.
that.
There's a lot of
Or
pranks.
they might
going
make you go through a hole with a certain shape.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jay had a giant rant on bidets, and the people that are not using them are living in the Stone Age essentially. And he might be right, but I've never experienced one yet. I need to. I would totally be.
They're pretty good. They're pretty good. And
I was violently opposed to them until I spent a week in LA, stayed with my buddy, and he had a bidet, and I was just like, Jesus Christ, you pretentious.
You didn't want to
motherfucker."
leave it.
And then I was just like, and I was
Not
like,
bad.
whoa, this is pretty good. It's pretty good.
not bad. I mean, you minimal toilet paper use, right? Like, you just like wash it, dry it off, and you're good to go.
Cammy Q, I would get a bladder infection before using a public restroom.
I mean, I don't like public restrooms, but when you gotta go, I mean, portalettes are my hell, but
I've never used.
as a
never used one of
runner,
those.
like you don't have a choice when you're in a race or a marathon.
Mhm.
And
Oh, that's right.
it's
Yeah,
like,
you run a lot.
it's like if there were any incentive to make sure that you get all your business taken care of before a race, it's the portalettes. But with a marathon, you're going for 26 miles, so at some point you're either going to go on the side of the road or you're going to go in a portalette.
It's my favorite thing in the world to watch a video of a marathon where the person is shitting themselves in the home stretch. Like, it's just running down. Because, I mean, think how beautiful that is. Like, I have never devoted myself to anything, not any one thing in my life that I'm not willing to stop to take a shit. Like, that person is so committed to what they're doing at that point. They're like, I'm just going, man.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know where you were going with that, but that is.
I've
beautiful.
seen the pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah.
understand, Todd. Like, if you're in the home stretch, it doesn't matter what's coming out of you. Now, I'm not saying I've ever shit myself, but I will, like, if I go on a long run, I have an emergency pack in with my, like, gels and stuff. Got a little bit of tissue in there, got a little bit, because you just.
You never know. You never know
Well,
what can
I
happen.
do know it happens, and,
you're well prepared
And I've
for
been
that
ill
knowledge.
prepared before, so anyone who runs understands this. But peeing happens. You just
go.
You just, well, I mean, if
Hey,
you're
when you're
out in the
running-
middle of nowhere and you're running 20
Yeah.
miles, what do you think's gonna happen?
Same rules as swimming, man. Same. They're
Well-
pool rules when you're running. You just go.
Wait, are you being competitive, or is it just like, are you worried about your time? Because I mean, you could just go out on the side of the road, right?
No.
Well, it depends on what I'm doing. Like if it's a marathon, I'm not going on the side of the road because there's spectators, and I don't need them spectating that.
Right.
But they're gonna spectate you just leaving a oil trail or a pee trail on the fucking road.
Who pees oil? I'm not getting
I was
oil.
relating it to like a car. I was relating it to a car.
They got weird quick.
If I was a marathon runner,
Girls
I was
pee
running...
oil. I don't know if you guys know that or not.
Yeah, they do.
And then just broke
no.
that live.
I will go into a portalette if it's a marathon. I'm saying if it's like I'm out in the middle of nowhere running 20 miles, I'm gonna go on the side of the road. And
Yeah.
but
Here's
I
my thing.
want toilet paper. Like I don't want to be wet for the next
Okay,
5 miles.
a second
going.
ago, you kind of made it sound like you just go while you're running.
No, I'm saying that that's
Okay.
happened before.
okay.
But
Jessica,
I've never
if I
shit
ran a-
myself.
If I ran a marathon and
I'd
make
shit
it
myself
that
if
far,
Todd ran a marathon.
I would stop and pull down my pants and shit in front of the entire crowd, maintaining eye contact the whole time. I would just sit there and I'd be like, if you ever ran a fucking marathon, look away. Look away.
Look away.
I'm on mile 28.
28. You've gone past it. You missed the finish line. You went
I'm
the
doing
wrong
extra
way.
laps. I'm doing extra laps right now.
I just
I'll
laughed this
shit right in front of you.
motherfucker with shit running down my leg. Wow, dudes. Okay.
Well, that went weird.
Well, that was amazing. I'm just looking through the chat here for a second. Man,
Yeah, actually, I thought Jay had a good question. You were saying portalette.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about, but I've never heard it called a portalette before.
Never heard it called a portalette?
No.
I'm
Well, I think
Porta potty.
I think
Porta
portalette
potty.
is like one of the company names, but it's a porta potty. Yeah, but
Gotcha. Okay.
I will say here's where I veer away from. No, I'm not gonna leave an oil trail.
I was relating it to like when you see a car spilling oil.
I don't know
behind the
what
trail.
you
That's
eat
what I
or
was
drink,
going with.
but when
related
I pee,
Jessica
it's
to a
not
car?
oil.
Keeps slipping in it. Every runner.
You're like, the best
falling down.
analogy right now to get a girl running and
Todd
peeing with
gets
is
it.
going to be a car just spewing oil going down the road.
But that's my kryptonite to the other runners. If I'm leaving that trail and they're slipping and sliding
There
like
you
they're
go.
on
It's like
banana
Mario
peels,
Kart, yeah.
Like Mario
it's like
Kart, bro.
my weapon.
Saves you having
no.
to carry all those banana peels.
Holy shit.
Once upon a time, I did pee in the woods in the dark when I was younger, doing, what I shouldn't have been doing. And I got poison ivy there. So I'm very cautious about where I go when I'm not
That's
at home.
dangerous. That's dangerous.
So you
Yeah,
don't want
somebody-
poison ivy there.
What a
I
time
would
to
rather
just
have the
jump in.
bladder infection too than have that again.
Yeah, that sounds
Guys,
bad.
guys have it easy. We do have it easy.
That's true.
Like it's
Yeah,
it's
we're gonna get
literally-
poison ivy on our ankles or something if we we ain't gotta really worry about it too
Well,
much.
unless you're Todd and you're squatting to show everyone he's got to poop.
I will, and I will.
He's in a poison ivy patch, just making that eye contact.
I mean, it's all
Shitting
about
everywhere.
status, right? It's got to be about what you're doing. If I'm doing something that I know you can't do, like if I was a Navy SEAL, I would constantly shit in front of people. I'd be like, I'm a fucking Navy SEAL. What are you?
What are you going to do?
Are you? Do you hate your country right now? You're really going to give me a hard time about shitting right here in Walmart? Navy SEAL.
Oh my god.
Oh man, this may be
They're
the
gonna
best
walk
show
away.
we've ever
They're
done.
gonna walk away,
Bob.
bro.
Bob, you don't pee in the woods. You get poison ivy that way.
Oh, holy shit! No, I've peed in the woods so many times. If
Oh,
it's
yeah.
available, there could be a bathroom open in the house, and if I'm closer to the woods, I'll go pee in the woods.
I love peeing outside. That's a good thing about being a dude. You put up a
Yeah.
privacy fence. Your whole property is now your restroom.
Yeah, I pee in my
Nice.
yard all the time.
Thank you, Jay. It does make sense, right?
My grandsons are going out and going to pee on one of my trees. Mind you, my yard I'm in town.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no. Bathroom is like 10 feet away. Get inside
Yeah.
and do your best. Like, I'm like, we live on the corner too, so there's like cars all the way around. I'm like, no. This is not the woods.
We've got to
You're
calm
at
that down.
Matt's house. You need to go inside and use the restroom. Like
Oh, and you got to reel that in.
I do make sure it's private when I do it. I make sure I've got shielding, whether it's trees or a fence or the house itself or whatever it is. But
Damn, Fuzzy
I
Puff.
pee in my
never-
yard all the time.
Never pissed
Weekly.
in the woods. Damn. Never camped,
Really?
never nothing. Wow.
Fuzzy Puff, is that a
Interesting.
man or a woman?
Great
That's a
question.
good question. Fuzzy
Because-
Puff. Let's see if they answer that one.
I will assume female just because I would say 90% of our audience is female.
That's the thing, Bob. It is more fulfilling because
Because
you're
you're
one
marking
with
your
nature.
territory? No,
That's what
because
it's
you're
supposed to
marking your
be.
territory.
It takes us back to the old days. The old days where we could
It's
only
primitive.
pee outside. Yes, we're like, I'm a hunter right now. Look
Yeah.
at me. I'm peeing outside.
Goes
This is
back to
my-
that privacy
this is
fence.
my
I own
dream.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of this. Every inch inside of this fence. It's a woman.
I got
okay.
them territory.
Okay.
Okay, Fuzzy Puff, I get you then.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got to be careful with the poison ivy. So
Yeah.
Oh, damn, Jay. You're
that
cool
would
as hell,
hurt.
bro. How'd you get to be so cool?
Your pants is cool. Consider me Miles Davis.
Oh shit! Yeah, we got to hear those stories.
Doesn't matter if you're 4 or 44. The weenie is always nonstop entertainment. It's the truth.
and lopsided buttholes.
You can't go wrong with talking about buttholes and poop.
Shit
and
piss.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
That leads me to my next question for the investigators, actually.
Oh, we had questions. I forgot about that.
Yeah, actually, I'm just going to throw this one in there. So when you guys are working on an episode, does one of you have a little bit more power, a little bit more veto power to say, yay or nay on stuff? Or is it down the
More
middle?
cooperative.
Yeah, Jessica has more say.
Okay.
For one, she's bringing in all the stories, pretty much. People, like, she's just in the network, People have known her from this world for a long time. So she has so many connections, and people are just throwing cases at her. So, I mean, here's where Jessica gives me, leeway. She'll let me have final say if it's a funny moment. If we're having, if we're writing something in there that's humor related, if I say, oh no, we need to scratch that out, let's end it there or whatever, then she'll always yield to me there. But pretty much other than that, she gets final say on everything.
He's being nice. He's trying to say he's trying not to say that I'm a control freak.
So you control it heavily. I mean, you're bringing everything in, but you're just the jokes make sense though, right? I mean, and they hit too. Man,
I'm gonna.
on
Of
the
course,
show.
I'm gonna defer to
Professional
him.
comedian.
He's funny.
That's true. It's a good point.
I'm just sarcastic, so snarky.
Well, have you seen, since I sent it out in the tweet as well, but did you ever go to try to check out The Terminator, Jessica? Did you ever put that in the old DVD?
You've never watched it yet?
You've got to watch that movie. I
Wait.
think you'll like it. I think
Terminator,
classic.
like the original Terminator or Terminator 2? What are we talking about here?
The OG
Any of
one. I
them.
need her to see the OG one because
Terminator
I
1?
quoted
Yeah.
it. Now, there are some
Jesus
good ones
Christ.
after that.
Terminator
but
2 is maybe one of the most perfect movies of all time.
It's really, really good. Really, really good. It's better than 1, but of course 1 just took us off guard. We were like, what the
Yes.
fuck is this? We've never
Yes.
seen movies like that before.
Yep.
So, and to think O.J. Simpson was almost the Terminator. Does that not blow
I
your
did not
mind?
know that.
I didn't
Whoa.
know that either. Whoa.
The whole John Carpenter, it was John Carpenter that wrote that, right? Terminator? Am I wrong?
Terminator? No, that
No.
was
John
who am
Carpenter's
I thinking
horror
of?
movies.
hang on, who was
Yeah.
Terminator?
Whoever wrote it, I think
James Cameron. James Cameron.
James Cameron, that's what I was thinking
Yeah.
of. He, the whole character, the whole time, he was like, this is for OJ. It's for OJ Simpson. Because he was hot at that time. But if you watched, no, everybody's as old as me, but when OJ was an actor, he was fucking horrible. Like, he was the worst actor
I've only
ever.
seen him in the Leslie Nielsen movie.
Yeah, the
That's
Naked
only
Gun
movie
movies.
I've
That's
ever
where I
seen him in.
remember him.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
And he was just kind of like a side, goofy character in that.
Yeah, but it was goofy,
no
so it
lines,
worked.
yeah.
Yeah, much different movie if you put OJ in there.
I couldn't imagine him saying
No,
those
not at
lines.
all. Dude, that would
Right?
be
Those
yeah,
iconic
would've-
lines that we know now? Holy shit.
There's no way that would have worked, yeah.
That would have been some movie that probably would still be around today because it would exist only for us to make fun of.
Right.
That's what
You
I'm
know
thinking.
what? To be fair, I mean, his size and his look made him pretty good for the role, I think. But Arnold Schwarzenegger may have said the same thing. I can't imagine this guy. You know what I mean? Like if you
That's what they said.
Yeah, like because
they're like he can barely speak, but then Arnold, they didn't know he was a genius.
Yeah, he's a smart
when he
guy.
talked to James Cameron, and he was like, the robots would have he should act a certain way. He should act like a robot. He should have this person, and he'd already mapped out the whole character, and he gave him examples of lines and the way he should move and like every little detail. And they were like, boom, this guy is something special.
It makes more sense even if you have broken English a little bit. It may make more sense to be a robot character. So it's I don't know,
from
man.
the future,
but it ended up being perfect anyway. So
I loved it.
And Terminator 1, and I don't know how most people saw the Terminator movies, but Terminator 2 I saw before Terminator 1.
Oh, really?
Right? Yeah, because I mean I was born in '88, so Terminator 2 was insanely popular. So I had seen Terminator 2, and then I had to go back and watch Terminator 1. I had never seen it before.
Yeah.
And
the effects had come a long way for 2.
And Terminator 1 is such a different movie. It's insane how different that movie is.
Yeah.
It's crazy how, because the first one's 88 and the second one's 91.
Yeah,
it's crazy how advanced it became. Just in
it was like this. They're like,
dude.
oh, we have CGI. We can make him a melty robot.
Yeah. We got to do a maybe that'll be.
I really like Terminator 1.
I was talking about. I'm gonna do a quick plug tomorrow night. Movie marathon on Kick, but that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna bring the investigators into a Terminator movie party for Jessica.
Dude, that would be sweet, dude. That would be sweet.
I remember I was listening to that episode.
Watch 1 and 2 back to back because anything after that I really don't care about. But 1 and 2 are the ones.
I don't think I even watched the newer one after that one.
I've watched several of the newer ones, but I
They're
couldn't
not the
even
same.
tell you. It's not the same.
Yeah.
So would the category for the Terminator, is that sci-fi?
Yeah.
Sci-fi thriller, maybe? It was
Sci-fi. Yeah. It's just
action,
sci-fi.
maybe sci-fi action.
Sci-fi
I don't
action,
know.
yeah.
But bro movie. It's a
fucking bro
it's
movie.
A bro movie for sure. The whole series, I think. Although Sarah Connor, that wasn't popular back then to make a strong woman in a movie. You know, that was back in the day. And that was one thing they did was they were like, hey,
and she's a fucking powerhouse, dude.
We're just gonna make her this badass chick. And then that became a dominant theme from that point on. Yep. So there you go, Jessica. Good reason to like it.
There's a there's a
scene where she's breaking out of prison and she's fucking like she's in like a wife beater, fucking shredded, dude. Oh, yeah. She is shredded. She's a powerhouse.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's a quintessential action woman hero.
Yeah, her son.
Shiro,
man.
Yeah, Shiro.
I've never heard that. How is that not a thing?
But I like it.
That's great. Sci-fi horror maybe even, man. I watched a thing the other day where people were talking about how like a lot of times they will something that but it might have been classified as horror in the 80s that'll kind of like turn into a thriller or just to kind of because horror has such a bad name in just conversations.
Sometimes you can kind of intertwine those genres a little bit. Depends though, how violent it gets, I think.
Like
how murdery.
My question to you guys as the investigators, though, so I see you guys are, they have the podcast. You're also now have a YouTube channel as well. So you guys plan on like, is this for the long haul? Like this is going to be for the foreseeable future? Like you guys are.
Yes. I don't know. Maybe for like the next couple of weeks, we'll see.
Hey, the reason I asked that is because a lot of this stuff does come and go quick. Like people they dip their toe in, for like a team even, you know what I mean? Like even if you're like doing it for your career, like people just come and go. I want to know if you guys are going to be hanging and banging for the regular time for doing the investigators because man, your charisma rules. And another question on the YouTube side of it. So you're doing the podcast and that's your field, Jessica. You're a badass. You've already been doing that. Jumping into the YouTube side of it, how are you comparing that to the podcast side? Have you been kind of looking how that's working or?
We suck at YouTube. Like this whole world, like I admittedly, YouTube, big weakness of mine personally. I don't understand it. I don't know how to use it. I was on a very popular YouTube show for a long. My son runs one of the most popular YouTube shows on YouTube, and
oh wow,
I have not learned a single goddamn thing from him.
You already have an IT guy. Like, you're ready to go.
I know, but he tells me shit, and I'm just like, I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what you're saying right now. Like, it does make sense to me. Like,
maybe you're not interested.
It's such a time investment on everything else. I'm like, I just need somebody like my son just to come in and do everything for us.
Yeah.
Then we could do it. But man, right now we've got ourselves locked into like a 70-hour-a-week job here.
Shit.
So
well, that's.
I mean,
I didn't realize.
I can't even imagine the research hours that Jessica's doing. Like,
well,
that's why Dana pulls with us now.
Yeah. So
we had to finally get some help.
We because we're essentially taking everything we would do for a long form podcast that's 10 episodes, we're breaking it down into an hour for every single week. So it's not like we're doing any less investigating or researching that we would for a series. We're just doing that for 1 hour episode. And so it's like it's very, very time consuming. So to have someone like Dana Pohl to help us with that part of it is essential because we were starting to feel like we were about to get behind, which is not where you want to be. And
when you do a weekly podcast and it takes you 3.5-4 weeks to make one episode, the math quickly is going to bite you in the ass. Like, we can last 2 months.
And so there's a lot of editing involved in your guys' episodes, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's the thing people don't really realize. People on the outside that have never tried something like this before is when, and we're doing it live now. There's no editing here. But when you do a video or an episode that's edited, the amount of work that goes into that, I don't think people understand the amount of work that is. It's crazy.
Nuts.
Like, once you get the research of the case files and everything else done, then you're also, don't forget, we have, we love you, Data. We also have the interview with the family and the detective if we can get him. And then we sit down and do our war room. And I think something maybe people don't understand is we don't just sit down at our mics and start riffing. I mean, we prepare very heavily for that war room. We do table reads. We go through the script together to make sure that things are hitting right, or we can say it and it sounds right. And it's all a process, man, but it's so worth it. So to answer your question from like 20 minutes ago, I'm definitely in this for the long haul. Like, Todd's been actually doing podcasts longer than I have, but I've been doing them since 2016 and, 2015. And no, I'm sorry. I'm backdating myself too far. 2018 is when I first started. Thank you. This is like kind of a culmination of everything I love to do, and I found the partner that is just as passionate about what we're doing. And we spent probably 6 months to a year developing this idea, so we wanted to be exactly what we both wanted to do. And when he added the levity to it, I was really nervous, but I loved it. So I think
to convince Jessica that she should talk like Jessica instead of long form narrative Jessica. I'm like, I want to hear the Jessica that I talk to about these cases.
That is a good tip. That's a huge tip.
Right?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's like, I want to hear you, the real Jessica. It's a weekly, There's a place for long form Jessica, obviously, in Undetermined, these long form products. But I'm like, this is a weekly. We need your personality. Like, you're so great to go over cases with. You're funny. You're snarky. Like, you're not afraid to say that somebody's
sketchy as fuck.
Yeah, twitchy as fuck. Like, let it rip,
And that's what keeps people engaged.
Yeah. So
that's it.
Embracing it now, and it's getting more and more fun. But for the most of it is serious though. So we get in there and we dive around, and
I like the way you guys open the episodes, kind of just bullshitting a little bit before you jump into it. That's a really cool, and it gets people that maybe say they're jumping in on a random episode because they're different stories. say they find
Right.
this one interesting, go get a little piece of your guys's. Instead of just getting the story outright, you get a little piece of you guys. Like, what were you doing this weekend, or what was going on? And I like that,
Right.
man. That's cool.
Well, that was the goal. We didn't know how people were going to take that. You know, people were going to be like, the first 5 minutes, fuck, they're just talking. Let's just go to a different podcast, which probably does happen. But I don't know. Like, well, then you might not be for us, probably. So
Exactly,
who cares?
dude.
Maybe that's a good screening
That's
mechanism.
that's the point, actually, because yeah, you want people that are there for you, right? You want to build an audience that's there to hear you tell this story.
That's it,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
That's a good point.
And you know, I said we prepare for like the war room part and everything, and the leading, you know, reading you into the case. We don't prepare for that up top part. That's completely off the cuff. A lot of times, Todd doesn't even tell me what we're going to talk about, so that it's very organic.
That's awesome.
And so the laughter is real.
That's awesome, man.
So-
Yeah, you can feel it. Like I was saying, like I hope you guys stick together because I'm digging the entire vibe. Okay, now for a really important question, and it's a $10
Hang on.
question.
I already know what you're going to read,
$10
and
question.
you can go ahead and read it. But I'm going to take this moment to go get a beer.
It's
All
going
right.
to be about my butthole. I'll bet the entire $10 it's about a butthole of some kind.
From Fuzzy Puff to Jessica, what are your honest feelings? And I'm going to also want Todd's. Also, what is your honest feelings on oatmeal raisin cookies?
First of all, is oatmeal
Hey,
raisin
hey,
cookies?
hey,
Is that
I'm sorry.
slang for butthole?
Hey, does that say Todd or does that say Jessica? Shut your butthole talk. We're talking about cookies.
Oh my god.
My honest feelings. I really have to be in the mood for an oatmeal raisin cookie. I feel
Okay.
like because if I want a cookie, I want to be decadent. And if I eat an oatmeal raisin, I kind of feel like I'm being healthy. And so, and I actually, if I'm gonna have oatmeal raisin, it has to be homemade. Like, you know.
Well, that's the best ones. Yeah,
But my
for sure.
favorite cookie is a peanut butter, straight up peanut butter cookie.
I like a peanut butter cookie too.
Take a peanut butter cookie and drop a Hershey Kiss in the middle of it. And
No.
then you got me. Jesus Christ.
No,
Todd,
don't be
oatmeal
silly.
raisin.
I like a good oatmeal raisin. I like all cookies, though. You got to really fuck up a cookie for me not to be a fan of it.
So I'm going to take it one step further. What about specifically Subway oatmeal raisin cookies?
Specifically, my favorite, not out of my grandma's oven cookie, I would say. I love Subway gets down on the cookies,
Todd,
man.
yes, sir, they do. That is
Right?
You're damn fucking right. You hear that, Jay? You son of a bitch.
Jesus.
Jay don't like a Subway. He don't like any. I'll go to Subway to buy a cookie. I'll get a chocolate chip. I'm not just, but I like an oatmeal, baby.
They bake them fresh every day. If you don't smell bread cooking, you smell cookies.
You're damn right. Yes. Yeah, it's good. Right after about lunchtime, you pass by one of those, whatever, a Subway in the mall or something. What are you going to smell? You're going to smell those fresh cookies. Oh yeah. We got another one. Dana loves oatmeal raisin and the cranberry ones. Those are good too. I do like those.
Those are
as well.
good. I forgot about the cranberry.
So on Twitter, and I posted it this week, and I'm not going to go digging for it. So it was for like some kind of school thing. You know how like a fundraiser or whatever. My fiance at her job, somebody she works with, the kids were doing something. You could pick these cookies. She picked oatmeal. We both like oatmeal. Dude, these oatmeal raisin cookies, you get 6 of them. $21 for 6 cookies. But they're like crazy. They're literally the size. The picture I put on YouTube or on Twitter was my palm, fingers spread, and it like took all of it.
Wow.
And
That's a good cookie.
And they tasted like actual. I don't know what was going on. I'm just secondhand on this. They were fresh as fuck, thin and crispy, but also soft and moist all at the same time. Dude, I don't know what the fuck was going on.
It's a magic cookie.
Man.
It defies the law of physics.
But
That's how
Jay,
good that cookie is.
Jay hates an oatmeal.
Pookie Madoodle, I think you need to like P.O. box us some of your oatmeal cookies.
Fucking oatmeal raisin. Seriously, you guys are on his side with this?
Well,
It's
I
not my
was
favorite, but I dig them.
I was split down the middle. It
They're
just
on my side
depends
100%.
Son of a bitch. You're too persuasive. You got that sweet face. Like people just want to agree with you. I think that's what it is.
And hey, snickerdoodles right out of the oven, when you got some ice cold milk, that might be my favorite.
Okay, so I got to tell you something about snickerdoodles. So last Christmas, I made cookie cups which are much more difficult than you can imagine to make. But I made like 3 different kinds of cookie cups for Christmas. And I made snickerdoodle ones with blueberry pie filling and then whipped cream. And it sounds like a weird combination.
That sounds awesome.
But it's really good.
That sounds good.
But here's my weird story about snickerdoodles. Until I made them for that very Christmas last year when I was 43 years old, I had no idea what a snickerdoodle was. I thought a snickerdoodle had like Snicker in it, like Snickers, like the candy bar. Like I'm like, it's got to have like caramel and chocolate or something in it. Like, why is it called a Snicker? I'm like, why is it called a snickerdoodle? It's literally a sugar cookie with cinnamon on it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand why it's called a snickerdoodle at all.
I'm actually with you on that.
I'm a big fan of it now, but now I was that many years old when I found out that snickerdoodles had nothing to do with the candy bar.
I just thought they were sugar. I didn't even know the cinnamon part. I just thought they were sugar cookies.
No, that's why they're special. Everybody thought like, hey, you can't outdo a sugar cookie. And then one day some genius took 2 fingers of cinnamon and sprinkled them on there. And they're like, holy shit.
So I couldn't find snickerdoodles to make them for Easter because my family loved the cookie cups. So I was like, all right, I'll buy sugar cookies and sprinkle some cinnamon. That's all it is.
Cookie cups gets whiplash looking that up. Dude, the combo you just said sounded awesome.
Oh,
I love cookies, but I can't do a cookie dough ice cream. I love ice cream.
Whoa.
I love cookies, but cookie dough ice cream.
Cookie dough ice cream is the bomb.
It never works for me. Never.
Wow.
I've never had cookie dough.
I'm not saying it's rancid. Like I would eat it if that's the only ice cream around, but I would never pick it over hardly any other ice cream.
I love ice cream.
Stevie, how have you never had cookie dough ice cream?
I've had cookie dough, but not
You've never had
ice cream.
You're not missing anything, Stevie.
Well, the only thing I don't like about cookie dough ice cream, it's like you get a chunk of the cookie dough and it's too cold, so it's like.
So is it cookie dough in ice cream?
Yes.
No.
Okay, gotcha.
Go to Dairy Queen. They got a cookie dough blizzard. It's like the best thing ever.
Gotcha.
Dude, that's my go-to. I love it so much.
Todd, you would love my cookie cup. What are you doing?
He's mad that I love cookie dough ice cream.
He's mad as hell, and he's not going to take it anymore.
It's like me when so the oatmeal cookie thing. Me, Stevie, and Jay were talking about cookies, and I actually brought up how pissed I was that because oatmeal raisin cookie can look just like a chocolate chip cookie. If you're not paying attention, it can look just like one. So the worst thing in the world is you pick up an oatmeal raisin cookie and you think it's chocolate chip, and you bite in there and you're like, "What the fuck is this?" Because I can't stand raisins.
The worst thing in the world.
I can't stand it.
The worst thing in the world. Okay.
So I was talking about how horrible it was. And Stevie brought up that it was his favorite fucking cookie in the world, which blew me and Jay's mind.
It is my favorite. It really is my favorite.
Makes
I love other cookies. I'll eat a chocolate chip all day. You know, I love an oatmeal raisin, man.
Do we all agree that coconut can fuck up anything?
Absolutely. I hate coconut, dude.
I mostly agree.
Keep your coconut out of my fucking desserts, man.
What do you want coconut in, Dan?
I've had coconut cake, like the little sprinkles of coconut, like around the sides, and it's not bad.
Dude, the coconut pieces ruin everything.
It's like you got sand
It's not
stuck in
amazing.
your
I'd
teeth.
rather not have it. I will say I would
knows.
rather not have it, but if it's there, if it's the only like cake in the house, I will fucking eat a slice.
I will put
And
it
I'll eat the
some
coconut.
kind
I won't even scrape it off. I'll eat the whole I'll eat the coconut too. It doesn't bother me that much.
Jay's having a heart attack right now on that one. He's like, what the fuck?
Jay's losing
Oh,
it over there.
wait. No, there's a Sara Lee cake in the freezer section. It's a little square like this. I'm not going to tell you when I used to eat it because it was in college, and you can kind of guess where that was going. So
You know where it's going, yeah.
Yeah. So we would get a bunch of stuff, and that was one of the things. And it is a white cake and it's layered, and then it has a layer of white icing, and then it's covered in white icing with coconut, and it is dynamite, especially.
No, it's not. It's shit.
Have you ever had it?
I've had coconut as like
Have
a
you
thin
ever
layer
had
in
it?
the middle.
I already
and
know.
it's
You
not
said
bad.
it has coconut on the
No,
outside layer.
it-
It's shit. The whole thing
no.
is shit.
Yeah, the
No,
coconut
no.
gets me.
You were just
man.
incredibly high. You were so high out of your mind that you couldn't. You would have ate if I could have laced it, sprinkled it with rabbit shit. You'd be like, "Have you guys had the Sara Lee frozen rabbit shit cake? It's the best thing in the world." And we're like, "No, Jessica, you're a walking zombie right now. You're so high."
Oh, the best.
Fuck you, Todd. And I would eat it with like potato salad, a tub of potato salad on the side.
Potato salad and cake?
That's how high she was. Right?
A big stick of pepperoni, whatever. You know, we would just go, we would go on a shopping spree in preparation.
There's nothing better than going to Costco when you're high. Like you will.
Oh, we don't have a Costco, dude.
Bankrupt yourself, but oh my god.
No, see, that's Todd. That's where you have to go and prepare. Like we would buy all the stuff we knew we would want because it wasn't like our first rodeo. So we would go and get everything we would want and stockpile, and then we'd be ready. So we didn't have to go and spend $300 in groceries when we were high.
Yeah.
We would just, go.
That's the way to do it.
Go wherever we were going to go and then just.
Yeah. Anybody tomorrow that's coming to the Kick horror movie marathon tomorrow night, make sure you do that. Go and get all your snacks beforehand. You're going to want to be prepared for that.
But if you get here, but part of it's the adventure of it. So if you eat like 2 25-milligram gummies and you wait about 45 minutes and then you got a 15-minute drive to Costco, by the time you get there, it's perfect. It becomes this whole adventure. Like you're so high and hungry that you will stand in front of one of the sample ladies that's making like, oh, there's the new sausage or the new little mini corn dog.
The new coconut cake.
Yeah, and you just sit there and stare at her until she gets the next batch done because they can't make you just have one. They can't limit it. It's against the law. So you can stand there and get as many as you want.
What law
Okay,
is that? Is that Costco law?
But Costco has like the best hot dogs. So how many hot dogs do you eat after you have a gummy?
By the way, people don't know that usually, so I respect the fact that you know how good Costco's hot dogs are. And
I'm a hot dog
You need to go to
connoisseur.
Costco, apparently.
I'm a hot
We
dog
don't have one.
connoisseur.
We're fucked over here.
We're in the
I know
mountains,
good hot
y'all.
dogs.
Mountains of West Virginia.
You got to get a Costco. They're so, but also like sometimes you need 4,000 candy bars. You know what I mean? In a single container.
Can you get that at Costco?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
It's only in bulk, right?
Is it like a
So you're
Sam's thing?
oh, yeah.
Like a Sam's
It's
Club?
like
Yeah,
Sam's,
it's
but
like
way
Okay.
better.
It sounds like it's way better than Sam's.
It's way better.
We did
It
not
is.
get 4,000 candy bars.
Oh,
It's a lot of
yeah.
candy bars.
Yeah, like it's just like it's like novelty.
Like
Like
the truck
you
is
can-
backing up to your house.
Yeah, you can only buy whiskey by like the barrel. So you like a whole barrel of whiskey. You're like,
What the
Jesus
fuck's going on at
Christ.
Costco? All right,
You're
I'm-
exaggerating at this point, right?
It's originally it was a store for giants, and then it was like, and then they're like, oh, there's really not enough giants to make any money on this. So we're just going to keep what we're doing, but open it up to regular people.
Wow, we found something Jay actually likes. The pickiest man I've ever seen. You guys ready for
Well,
this?
that
Jay
would
doesn't
make
like
sense.
steak.
Yeah, Jay doesn't eat steak.
All right.
Which is
Jay doesn't like
insane.
steak.
I know he told us that.
Dude. We had a
Mind-blowing.
meltdown that day in the chat. I was like, whoa. He's about to freak
one of
out
the-
right now.
That was one of the better rants I've ever heard from Jay, the steak
That
rant.
was a hilarious one, dude.
I don't know how you don't like steak. I'm going to assume it's
Well-
some kind of childhood trauma that's connected to that.
So,
Dude, I've met people that don't like bacon.
well, as soon as that was happening, what
It's
happened that day,
crazy.
Dan? In the chat, everyone's like, well, you just haven't had it fixed right? Like, someone's either overcooking it or not cooking it enough. Whatever your perfect,
Right.
whatever you want is not happening.
Right.
So, but he wasn't trying to hear that. But when we meet Jay in real life, whether that's CrimeCon next year or
No, he's not
before,
gonna
or I have
like
to
it.
go to
He's not gonna
fucking
like
his
it.
house, I'm gonna fix this man a good ass steak. All right, I'm gonna bring my grill, and it's gonna be
Butter
awesome.
steak. Yeah.
And he's gonna at least try a bite.
I do
Char some butter on
wonder,
the
like,
outside.
does he just not know how to order a fucking steak, and he's getting like really like well done steaks, and they're just like, I don't know how he might want a steak either. So I mean, I don't know.
It's a great
I
question.
don't know what the issue is there. Yeah,
Like I can
something
see...
seems wrong though. That's not normal to not like steak. I'm sorry, Jay.
It's not normal. You fucking freak. He left. He's out.
It's not okay. It's not okay.
It's not okay.
You will. You son of a bitch. If I come to your house, Long Island.
We'll trick him. We'll say it's something else.
Like lamb or like. What are we
We'll
gonna
find
trick
what
him?
he likes, and we'll just say that's
Yeah.
what it is.
How do I mute this? AJ! Coors Light.
He said, "How do I mute this thing?" And then started yelling.
I thought he was gonna yell to her to make a steak. Put a steak on the grill.
Coors Light.
Yeah, the old 96er.
This is amazing, dude.
Angie, I can't get my fucking microphone to work. I was the worst cop ever. I'm like, don't jump, and they can't hear me. They can't hear me. They would jump
Oh, you
every
forgot to-
time.
There's no batteries in that thing. Dude. Oh my god, dude.
This is killing me.
So I watched the short today that you put up on your channel about it was about the dropping the gun and your leg falling asleep.
Yeah. Pretty embarrassing.
I saw that today as well. Yeah.
Do you have any other crazy ass like stories from being a detective and being a police officer like that?
Yeah, I do have quite a few.
Wait,
Did
I
you
wanna-
seriously
I
just
wanna
bring me a
wait.
Mick Ultra?
What?
12 Coors Lights in there. This is on.
This is unacceptable.
Todd.
Live on the internet.
Todd.
She brought this on purpose, by the way, because I yelled for her to bring
Oh,
it.
shit.
She's like, I'm gonna embarrass you on YouTube right now and bring
Good
you
for
a Mick
her.
Ultra. You
Good
know what?
for
I'll
her.
drink it because I could save some carbs. So
Yep.
I do. I have a ton of stories actually. I'm just one of those fortunate people because I always tell like people are wanting to be cops. I'm like, listen, before you sign up, it's your whole career is only as good as the stories you have to tell when you're done. Because you're not going to get rich, right? You're going to do some good for some people. I mean, do it for those things. But when you're in it, the fat is one of the best parts. Oh, I know.
Yes.
Without the fat, the steak isn't the steak.
Dude, I need a good like Japanese Wagyu steak that it's got a lot of fat in it.
Have you had
I
Japanese
haven't
Wagyu?
had one.
Oh, all right. So listen, my buddy is a butcher, and he's like third generation in his family. They own Kincaid's Meat Market, which is this high-end, fancy-ass meat market here in Indianapolis. And we all had a pool party cookout one time, and he brings this Wagyu. I mean, it was probably $1,000 worth of Wagyu beef.
It's so expensive.
He's the butcher, right? So he knows how to prepare it perfectly. And it was like, and he had cut it up in these strips, and you would just pick it up. And it would just melt. Like you didn't have to chew it. It was so tender. It was the best. I was like, oh, I didn't know this was a thing.
The thing is too, like if anybody out there who's like hearing this wants to go make your own, like do some research. Like you actually have to cook it right. Like it's got to be very special. It's like it's like making love to the meat. Like you have to, you really have to like do. There's a whole like ceremony you got to do and everything. Just be careful with it. Because you don't want to ruin it. You can absolutely ruin, and it's so expensive. You don't want to ruin that delicious Wagyu steak.
I won't even buy it.
You massage it. You just.
I don't even know. I don't know the steps.
That's why it's so tender. They massage those cows the whole time, like every day. They go out and they give them the.
Don't they booze them up a little bit? What is this? Jessica chirper than a brand new set of snow tires and cuter than a speckled pup. Like
Pookie loves you.
Hey, speckled pups are cute, but there's something wrong with them.
Hey!
Whoa! When they're only speckled because they're overbred usually.
Because they have lopsided assholes.
Right, yeah.
They have lopsided too.
I mean, I hate that lady just went there because now we got to do this whole thing with pet shops and
it's a
all
little.
this stuff.
I mean, it
I
depresses
was
me
hoping
a
we
little
weren't
bit,
going to bring
be
up
honest.
speckled pups and the whole problem.
Pookie! Somebody ban
There we
Pookie.
go.
We got to get her out of here right now.
Pookie.
Damn, she's a mod. Yeah, ban
It's a
unmodded.
sensitive subject, to be honest.
It is. I mean, and I was trying not to go there because I'm like, everybody's talking about the speckled pup problem right now with pet shops.
Jay, quote, I'm not going to fuck my dinner, Dan.
All right, okay. We were going.
You literally
somewhere
said
else
making
before.
love to the meat.
Did I say making love?
I said making love.
Maybe I did. Maybe
You
I
guys
did.
heard that, right? He said
It
making
is
love.
special. It's a special. Like you have to like do like specific things to it to make it good. You know, you got to be careful.
Yeah, he was like, you don't bang it, you make love to it, is what he was saying. You
Yeah.
be kind, be gentle. Yeah.
Oh, damn, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Growing up with them, and then they
They
disappear.
wouldn't disappear. They ended up on my plate.
Yeah, you were eating those things.
Me too, Mandy Joe. I grew up on a farm. Fucking morbid lifestyle. That's what that is.
I couldn't do that. Yeah, I guess
would
like if
give me
you're
a little Jersey calf, like it was a pet, and they're like, "Oh, you're gonna be able to bottle feed it and raise
Oh
it."
no,
like,
you didn't name it, did you?
oh yeah, named it Tanner.
Oh.
Fell in love with it.
oh Tanner, damn,
Yeah,
oh
one day you're like, "Where's Tanner?" And then,
R.I.P.
you know,
Tanner.
Yeah. It's like, oh, well, it's all this new stuff in the freezer.
Tanner ran away, but we're having steak.
Right.
Whoa,
That's Tanner's shoulder.
good.
That's Tanner's front leg.
Love you, Pookie. Thank you for being here.
Pookie Madoodle. Like
Wow.
Snickerdoodle.
Yeah, before the other stink rat. Yeah, give us some police stories, Todd. Or a police story, if you would.
Oh yeah, we were going there like 5-10 minutes ago.
Yeah, I have a bunch. I won't do like the whole. I tell a bunch of them on stage.
do
So
my
I won't do the whole
favorite.
stage version.
Do my
But
favorite.
I will. I
Do the
will.
kick in.
There was a time where, because I worked undercover most of my career, and one of my, I mean, all kinds of crazy shit happens in that world, right? Because you can only have fun with it. And my favorite moment was this guy, Chase, and I had this awesome working relationship where once a week I would bring him $600 and he'd bring me a half ounce of meth. We'd meet in a Walmart parking lot, make our exchange, and just, we were like best of friends, right? My people were happy, his people were happy. And then one day we had to bring that down to an end, because that's what happens. At one point your sergeant's like, I know you like Chase, but it's time. So you're going to have to arrest Chase or work through him up to wherever he gets his meth from. And I'm like, well, let's do that. I'm not ready to arrest Chase yet. So I pulled a switcheroo on him. I'm like, told my cover team, hey, I'm going to show up with money for a full ounce, which I've never ordered for him before. And I'm just going to tell him I have an emergency. Like, I'm going to get my ass kicked or killed if I can't produce an ounce today. So he'll have to go get another half ounce. We'll follow him to the source and we'll get that person identified. And then we'll go from there. So I do that. And this dude he won't let me go. He calls the guy's got it, but he won't. He wants to do some other bullshit first. I'm like, yeah, I think he's going to try to steal my money. Is what he's going to try to do, right? So then this dude came up with like the most brilliant compromise in drug dealing history. He was like, well, if you don't trust me, why don't we go from here to my place? And my wife and my 2 small kids are there, and you can just hold them all hostage while I go get your stuff. And I was like, fuck yeah, we're doing that. Like, for many reasons. One, I'm recording this conversation, so no judge in the land's going to let him walk when they hear that offer. 2, I got to be honest with all of you, I've never got to hold a family hostage before, and that sounded fucking awesome. Like, my favorite movie of all time was Die Hard. Like, and I always wanted to be John McClane. Well, I finally was John McClane, but in this instance, I get to be John McClane and Hans Gruber. I'm the cop and the hostage taker, like in one operation. And I went there and held his family hostage, unbeknownst to them, because that was the rule. As soon as we got out, he's like, hey, don't tell my wife that you're holding them hostage, because she's not into that shit. And I was like, duh. So I held this whole family hostage while he went and got my meth and came back. And then I bought his dog from him, because he has this dog, his little boy, 2 years old, wearing nothing but a diaper. I'm sitting there watching Family Matters, I'll never forget it, with his wife on the couch. And his little 2-year-old boy comes up and he has something in his hand. And I thought, well, he's got a Matchbox car or something he's really proud of. So I hold out my hand and he drops dog turd right in my hand, like a dried up white dog turd. And he has this pacifier pinched in his teeth, and he just looks at me and he's like, shit. And I was like, yep, good work, buddy. Like, that's exactly what it is. Yeah, you're killing it right now. So the wife looks at me like it's my problem now. So I have to deal with this dog shit. So when we got done, I'm like, how much for that dog? And this dude's like, dog ain't for sale, man. The dog's my best friend. And I was like, I've got $150. And he's like, Katrina, get the leash. And I bought this 6-month-old pit bull puppy. At the end of it, he had a stolen shotgun that I bought from his trunk. I bought that meth, and then I bought that dog. I left. And I only bought the dog because I knew we were going to blow his trailer up the next day with a SWAT team, and I didn't want that puppy in harm's way. Yeah. And I would have bought one of those kids too, to be honest, but they both look like biters, and I was like, You're
like, this dude's smart. This one's already onto something. He knows that shit.
Dude, that whole thing's a bit, right?
Wow.
There's no way that happened.
No, it really happened. I do tell it on stage, but it really happened. So it's my favorite. Happened. Oh yeah, it's my buddy's favorite story to tell, because when he made the offer for me to hold his family hostage, I have a whole cover team that's listening on a Kel set in their car, right? They're in the neighborhood, scattered out. And when I go to drive and follow him to his trailer, my buddy Brian Arshman's calling me, and he's like, did he just fucking tell you to take his family hostage?
Dude, this is insane.
And like, yeah, and he's like, let's go. This is awesome.
That's insane.
I swear to God, as you were telling that story, I was in my mind. I was like, "There's no way this is true. This is a bit."
No, it's totally true.
That's insane, dude.
That's my one rule in comedy is because I'm a biographical comedian. I just tell life stories. I don't say anything. Now I might tweak a line that somebody said or something for stage just to make it pop, but it's like all of it happened.
That's unbelievable. Wow.
Yeah.
So a lot of the stuff you did was a lot of undercover for drugs, trying to get people doing major selling of like meth and stuff like that.
And all that shit.
That's intense.
I was buying when I got past Chase to the people he got it from. It was this Hispanic family that ran a smoke shop. It was called The Smoke Shop. It was just like drug paraphernalia shop. And I went in there and made my first buy. And I've been in there, like I went in there a couple of times with him, but they would never let me back in the secret room. Like where it turns out when I got to go back there, it's just a giant TV on the wall and a couch. And they just play video games in there. But that's all where they keep the meth. So the first time I went on my own without Chase, I sat in there and I bought meth straight from this family, and I left and I go to get back. Well, everybody on my cover team had doubled up in cars, and they all parked the other cars in this movie theater parking lot. And we get back, and my buddy Trevor's truck door, the passenger door's open, and there was a pair of legs. Some dude had broke into his truck, his undercover truck, and he's just throwing shit out one by one, like police radio, all these equipment and stuff. And there's like 20 of us. So we just get out and we just slowly creep up and we surround him in a circle. We wait until he comes out of the truck. And they're like, bad day, motherfucker. You know?
Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah. And then after this is all the same operation, we get done with that. And then I get back to do my debrief because they search you when you're undercover. 2 officers in our team, that's how we worked anyway, they would search you, make sure so they can say, I know he didn't take drugs there, but he came back, he had drugs and all this stuff. And then you do a debriefing where while it's fresh in your mind, you talk about everything you saw and all that stuff. So while we're doing that, I'm like, fuck, I don't have my wallet. And it has my state police insurance card in it. And I'm like, God damn it. I had the buy money in that wallet. I think I left that wallet in the secret room on the couch. So they're going to fucking find it and see the state police insurance card, even though it's my undercover wallet. I went to the doctor that day. So I had that insurance card, and we're going to blow the whole operation. The DEA's working with us. I'm like, I'm going to get fired for being a dumbass. So we run over there. I call the dude. I'm like, hey, dude, I left my wallet there. I'm like, right in the parking lot. I'm getting ready to run in and pick it up. Well, luckily, it saved my ass. My sergeant, when I first got released on undercover, he got me one of these bad motherfucker wallets from the movie Pulp Fiction.
I had one of those.
It said bad motherfucker.
Yeah.
And the dude was laughing his ass off. He was so enthralled by this bad motherfucker wallet that he didn't look in it. He's like, where do I get the bad motherfucker wallet?
That's lucky, yeah.
Oh, so lucky.
Dude.
When my sergeant gave it to me, he's like, one day this is going to save your life. And I'm like, if I can save your
I had that
operation.
exact fucking wallet.
Right?
I did.
Yeah.
Such a cool wallet.
That is a cool wallet. I remember that wallet that you had. That's crazy, dude. Wow.
That's insane.
Yeah, it was a crazy
Dude, that
life.
story doesn't sound fucking real. It's so out of control. That's insane. Like, I was like, nah, he's doing a bit. There's no fucking way.
It's why I got into screenwriting. It's like I have all
That's
these
amazing.
stories stuck in my head of all this shit we've done.
Yeah,
and I worked with hilarious people. So many cops that were way funnier than me. Like, it's amazing. Like our group, I just caught magic. Like I worked with the best group of cops ever, and they were fucking hilarious. We had a great time, and that era is gone in law enforcement. You can't have fun like that anymore. And it wasn't like bad fun, like good fun.
How long did you work in law enforcement?
21 years.
Wow. Jesus Christ. And you were a detective, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's insane. It's actually what's really cool is you with your background, your comedic and law enforcement background, and then Jessica with her investigative work coming together is like we were talking about it earlier. It's magic, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's perfect. We're a good mesh.
Exactly.
Things she has it, you know.
It's amazing.
It's cool, man.
And-
Like, I really hope you guys stick together, man, and keep pumping them out because it's a cool vibe.
Yeah, we will. We've made quite the investment in this, so we're in it for a while.
Nice. Yeah, I want to see, which, I mean, on the YouTube side of it, though, like, you know, you guys are putting out the podcast on there, but, like, and I know it'd be a lot because, you know, with editing and stuff, but, like, it'd be really cool with the stories if you could put, like, you know, almost like a documentary behind it as you go, like, visually, you know what I'm saying? Like, with the videos.
Yeah, we got to
road.
move it more into video, but we're going to have to get some help, I think.
Definitely.
At that
That's down the
point.
road. You guys are, hell, you just started, right, with the investigator side, so.
Yeah. One thing at a time.
100%. Bob's still hanging out in here. Bob,
Yeah,
it's late, sir.
we kept Bob enthralled till midnight.
Loving it. Hell yeah. Thank you, sir, for being in here. Everybody hanging out. One thing before we do wrap up here tonight, and I'll let these fine folks go. Tomorrow night, guys, Kick. I'm going to promote it again. I'm taking advantage of this website, kick.com. Right now, they're not enforcing copyright rules. So what I'm doing tomorrow night is a horror movie marathon from 10 p.m. Eastern Time to 7 a.m. Eastern Time. Hang out. Dan, I don't know if he's going to make it. I hope he does.
Oh, I'm definitely not going to make it. I've said multiple times in public that I'm not going to make it.
I'm definitely going to be falling asleep live on the internet, so come and watch it. I'm going to set up downstairs in my
Stevie will be
basement with a
asleep
couch.
on his couch, yeah.
It's going to be cool.
I'll definitely be logged off at some point.
Anybody that's familiar with like the old shows like Elvira or Joe Bob Briggs when they would kind of host a movie, it's going to be like that, except I'm going to do it like a live stream where we'll also, if we feel like chatting or talking about a scene or something, we'll pause and do that. So please come hang out tomorrow night. That's going to be fun as fuck. Murder Church is canceled this week just because it starts at 9 a.m. and I'm probably going to be crashing about that time Sunday. But Wild Side's going to be there. Wild Side's going to be coming and hanging. Keystone is going to be trying to keep me awake as well. But yeah, hopefully everybody comes and hangs out. And yeah, again, it's not going to be long. I know Jay's rocking and rolling on Kick, but it's that copyright stuff's not going to last long. So I'm going to take advantage of that while I can.
Oh, you can show the movie.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
gonna
man.
watch the movie.
Oh,
with
it's
people,
not like a
yeah.
watch along where they got a home play.
Yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
I'm going to play
yeah.
the real stuff tomorrow. Which I mean, you know, I've only done one stream on Kick anyways. I mean, if it didn't work out, it's not the end of the world where I'm over here on YouTube. But I want to do it, man. I love movies. We were talking about that before we went live with Jessica, man.
They're
Love
really
fucking
not
B
enforcing
movies.
copyright. I think we'll be okay.
I think it's gonna be cool. And I was telling Jessica, I'm not going full like Hollywood A-list, The Shining. I'm gonna be more B-level horror movies. So hopefully I'll get by with it.
Yeah, those are the most fun anyway.
Gonna try it anyways. And I see right now, Jay, Mandy, you guys are posting all of the investigators, the website,
Thank you,
Twitter,
Jay.
the YouTube. Hell yeah.
Thanks,
You gotta
Bob.
listen
out
to this
there.
podcast, guys. Seriously, if you're not, you're fucking up. If you're not listening to
I
the
mean, if
investigators,
you didn't know about them before tonight, you got a little taste tonight, and how could you not go check out their stuff? Like, this has been literally one of my favorite interviews, period.
this has
It's
been
amazing.
a fun as shit, guys. I hope you guys come back, man. I hope you guys had a good time.
We had a blast. We'll come back
Yeah.
anytime.
This is
Hey,
awesome.
I prepared to be here with my coffee. You all are drinking your beer. I got to drink
Yeah.
my coffee, or I wouldn't be awake still. So, my goal was to take a afternoon nap, also, but I didn't get to do that. So, I kept awake with the coffee till midnight. So I'm proud of myself. So
You did
And
good,
it's
yeah.
not, but it's not like you're wussing out on us. Also, like,
Yeah.
we're pieces of shit. You ran 10 miles today. Like, you know what I mean? It's easy for us to stay. You ran 10 miles
Yeah.
and shit yourself on the back.
hey,
Like, you've been through a lot
I
today
blame it on the
already.
oatmeal cookies, the oatmeal raisin cookies. I really do.
Wow. Yeah, this
All
is
the callbacks.
amazing,
This is
bro.
amazing.
Yeah, we just wrapped this son of a bitch up with a tight bow.
Thanks,
Oh my
Bob.
god. What is happening? Everybody hanging out.
Oh,
yes.
are you guys gonna be at CrimeCon in what June was it? June, July
In
Man,
June,
are you
yeah,
planning
in
to be there?
Nashville, yeah.
in Nashville?
No
Alright,
way we're
we're-
missing Nashville.
We are hoping to be there as well. So
Nice.
this
We're
could
glad
be
to be
like
fun.
we could actually like meet in person.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I put
that'd be
next
great.
year.
I put
the
in to
next
get a
one is in
table, but
10
even
months
if
or
we don't
whatever.
get that, I'm going to be still out there hanging out and working the floor. So
Yep.
Yeah, dude, that's gonna be a fun one because we could drive to Nashville. She and I can. So
We're like
oh, nice.
we're 5 hours.
We're 5
so
hours
5 and a
from
half
here.
hours.
Oh, there you
something like that.
We'll,
Yeah.
we'll have a really nice steak dinner, and we can order Jay a hamburger.
yeah.
Oh my god, dude!
Yeah.
I can't wait to
Yes.
get with everybody. It's seriously going to be amazing.
No, it will. It'll be.
It's going to be
incredible.
so fun. Oh yeah, Sam, thank you for coming out and modding too. Pookie, everybody modding tonight. You guys were killing it. Everybody hanging and banging tonight. Really appreciate it. Again, I'm gonna keep plugging it tomorrow night. Do it, Kick, guys. And the one thing about it, I know a lot of people, they don't like to fuck with different apps. It's easy. It's in the App Store. Download Kick. It's super easy. Make an account real quick. If you type Publicly Buzzed in there, it should pop right up. And the follow things on there is slightly weird. There's a heart that you have to hit to be officially following. But yeah, I'll be posting. Keep your eye on Twitter. Keep your eye on the socials. All that shit. I'll be posting links.
Links will be available.
But yeah, nice. What a fucking show. This was amazing, guys. Like, you guys fucking rule.
Yeah, this is really
You guys
cool.
rule. Thanks for having us, man.
This was a lot of fun. You guys are the only people I would stay up till midnight for.
That's
there
amazing. That's awesome, baby.
That's awesome.
That's a big honor.
We're a late night show. That's what we try to do, a late night show.
Yeah, that's actually kind of
almost
our angle
anything goes, you know?
with the true crime, right? Like, we're trying to kind of almost have like a late night vibe. You know, we have a little bit of a comedy vibe, but we'll also talk about some real shit. So
yeah, I know. I've seen it. You guys did a great job. And plus, you know, you got the West Coasters, so you're hitting them in prime time.
Oh,
It's
exactly.
perfect.
Yeah.
It's perfect for everybody.
that's a good point. That's true too.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Yeah, thank y'all so much. You guys fucking rule. Have a good weekend. Yeah, thank y'all so much. We will be back with these fine folks again soon. I love you guys.
Good night, everybody.
Later.
See you guys.
See, we shoot them up bang bang over here. We not scared of they motherfucking ass.